and one of them even said, anxiety never leads to inheritance. Only peace and rest do. And I don't know about you, but I know as a daughter of the King of Kings, I have an inheritance. That I don't have to wait to get to heaven. I have quite an inheritance in heaven, but I don't have to. He tells us we don't have to wait to get to heaven to experience our inheritance and our rightful place as sons and daughters. But when we allow anxiety to come in, it robs us. It never leads us to the inheritance that we have in Him. Not that we could have, but that we do have in Him. And so let's just take a few moments right now. Let's ask the Lord to reveal our fears. What are those things? And maybe you're very much aware. Maybe you already know what they are. Maybe you already know what your fears are. And so in this time, I just want to encourage you to ask Him, Lord, what do I do with this? But He tells us what we do, right? He tells us in Philippians, we tell God what we need. We thank Him for all that He's done. I've said it here so many times, and I'll say it again here tonight. Thankfulness and anxiety cannot coexist. They can't live in the same place. I've experienced it. I've experienced one of the most anxious moments, not knowing what to do, and Steve and I looking at each other and being like, we just need to thank the Lord. And in the moment, we didn't really feel like we had a lot to be thankful for. It was concerning DeAndre when he lived at home with us. It was one of the toughest nights that we had with him. Toughest nights. And I was like, I just don't, what do we do? I'm crying and I'm so anxious and I'm worried about the girls. I'm worried about Josiah. I'm worried about him. I'm worried about DeAndre and I don't know what to do. And we were like, I don't even feel like I have anything to be thankful for right now because he's driving me nuts and I'm so angry with him right now. Like, I just was at that place. And we just started small because he made a really bad choice. And I was not happy. I was not thankful for the choice that he made. I was mad. And I was worried, and I started to get so anxious. And so Steve and I laid there that night before we went to bed, and we were just like, Lord, thank you that we made it through the foster care training that we had to do to bring DeAndre home. Thank you that he's not on the streets tonight, but that he's here under our roof. And it was small things like that, but I'm telling you, something supernatural began to shift. Because by the time we were done with our prayer, I could genuinely begin to thank the Lord for my son. I could genuinely begin to thank the Lord for who he is and who God has created him to be. And it didn't have anything to do with what he had just done. It had nothing to do with what I was so anxious about. But anxiety and thankfulness cannot coexist. And so if you find yourself always feeling anxious, if you find yourself always being afraid, remember, when we begin to shift our minds towards thankfulness, and so that's you tonight, I encourage you, tell God what you need. Begin to thank Him for all that He's done. And then, the God of the universe, the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, will come. And He will inhabit on you. He will shift the atmosphere. So let's take a few moments right now, just in our own private way, in our own intimate way with the Lord. Ask Him to reveal your fears. But if you already know what they are, then walk through what this verse says. Don't leave here tonight. Don't leave here tonight feeling those same anxious things that you felt when you walk in today.
It's Philippians 4, 6, and 7. And Psalms 34, 4.